Were you ever in a really, really tough spot and felt that there was nobody you could turn to? Well, there's a good chance there was. Anne-Marie Berger's story tonight is about a group of people who provide help, not as a last resort, but as a first step.
Groups across the country celebrate the strength of battered women and their children by observing Domestic Violence Awareness Month each October. And while Woman's Place, a drop-in center in Maplewood, which offers a safe place for women to reach out, is committed to ending domestic violence year-round, they begin each October with a walk-in protest and a rally to honor those who have been affected by it.
Welcome, everyone, to Woman's Place Annual Vigil and Walk for the Safety of Women.
Well, for us, a drop-in center is a place where a woman can come without an appointment and with no fees. And the reason that we have set up this particular place and that we have a drop-in center is because if a woman is in crisis, she needs to go someplace where she can get assistance at that time. The closer to the crisis, the better an intervention can be made.
Woman's Place, may I help you? For the past 10 years, Woman's Place has served as a stopgap between women and agencies. They aren't a shelter, but an immediate safe haven. They offer support groups and programs to help women who have been battered emotionally and physically by someone they love.
It's like, I guess from my experience, what I see, it's almost like the inner spirit of woman is sucked out of her. And that's hard to describe. But when you see women who say, I just want to find myself again, or I need to find my voice.
And on this night, their lost voices were heard. Woman's Place partnered with Safe Connections, an agency that provides individual counseling and support groups for women who are survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault. Together, they formed the Clothesline Project using T-shirts.
The T-shirt project is a way for women to express their the violence against them and their healing process. When the women create their T-shirts, they're in different stages. So some women will be in the stage of hurt still, and their T-shirts will be about hurt. And some T-shirts will be about strength and coming out of their shell and coming through the other side of it. They love it. I mean, it's really fun. You know, we bring them downstairs, they sit around a big table, and we have paints and we have all different things to put on it, and there's a lot of conversation that goes on, so that in itself is a healing process of discussion while you're working on T-shirts.
Women come together with other women, and I think that's very, very important because they begin to see they're not alone. Because when they're in that situation, they feel like they're alone, like they're the only person in the world who has this.
And you have just reverenced and embraced not only all of us here present, but all the women who made these shirts. You've embraced their pain, their hurt, and their healing.
Statistics show that 1 in 4 women are in an abusive relationship. And while to those on the outside, seeking help seems like an easy choice, for those living with abuse, it's much more difficult. But organizations like Woman's Place and Safe Connections are there when they're ready, with a clothesline waiting to give them their voice.
Let us then remember, support, and celebrate all victims and survivors of violence.